Hi everybody, it's Trisha Keel, Tomorrow's Key, back with part 3 in our series on career gua energies. Before we step through your front door, I want you to take one last look around, stand at the front door and turn around and look at everything around you from the far left edge of your visible panorama to the far right side. You are looking for sky pokers or eye pokers, or what are also called poison arrows. Poison arrows come about when there is a sharp edge pointed at you. Church steeples are poison arrows. Cranes on top of buildings are poison arrows. Corners of other people's houses are poison arrows. They do not feel comfortable. Poison arrows are like somebody putting their finger in your face and saying, you know what, this is all your fault, it's all your problem, you did this, and you want to reach up and just take their finger and go, get out of my face. And it's not a delicious feeling, and we want your life to be delicious. So look around. If you have square columns on your front porch, put a plant between you and the square column's edge. You might want to write on the fascia up above the porch overhang, on exit receive blessings, or some wonderful person that goes through that front door gets that poison arrow right in their face and right in their back as they come in. So they'll feel the sharp edge, and the physicists have actually shown that energy moves off of sharp edges in knife point edges of radiation that come towards you, much like when you drop a pebble in a pool. It all goes out in circles, multiple circles. Well, sharp corners will send out radiations that are just like knife points. So yeah, you can feel it. You just like you could. Your mother was ever behind you in church and was giving you the dirty look because you were misbehaving. You can feel that too. It's the same sort of thing. So generally, what we do is we plant bushes at the edges of our houses so that the corners don't point at the neighbors. If you have a neighbor whose house does not have bushes planted on it, and there's a sharp point created by their rooftop or the edge of their house, then you need to plant a plant between them and you. So because plants always grow up, and if the energy is growing up and out, as plants always do, then it would defer, it would send that energy up and out. If you're at the end of a cul-de-sac, then you have got that ray of energy coming straight at you. Every time a car comes down the street at night, it's called tiger eyes, where they come hunting you down the street at night, and it can be very unnerving. If you have something like that, one of the things you can do is hang hollow rod wind chimes, five rods, I guess is what you call them, that are hollow in the middle. And each time they ring, the energy will rise up and make sound that disperses. You can also plant junipers, little low or tall if you want. You could do the Italian cypress, the tall skinny Italian trees, or the low juniper ground cover, because all of the leaves point and flick out energy, kind of sending it away from you. At the very least, put 2 guardians at your front door. That can be a plant, that can be a statue, that can be anything that you decide is a guardian at your front door. So make sure that you're not under constant attack, and if you are, take steps to improve that. And you can always call me, and we can always talk about what you can do if you have specific concerns of your own. I live across the street from a television station that has a giant antenna on it, and between me and that television station there is a wind chime, and there is now since I moved here, a tree that blocks my view of that so that it doesn't poke my eye or poke the sky or send me a poison arrow. We want the views to be beautiful and lovely and man-made whenever possible. Okay, now let's turn around and open your front door. In your mind, or actually, you'll want to, as you open that front door, pretend like you don't live there and you've never been there, and notice where or what you see first. If the absolute first thing that captures your attention is the big window in the back room, then your energy that comes in the front door will come through your house and will go right out the back. It's just like my Betsy Wetsy doll when I was a kid. I'd give her a bottle of water and her butt would be wet. It's time to change diapers. If there's no guts, if there's nothing to cause the energy to come in and stay a while, or the food to come in and stay a while, then the child starves to death, or the home and the occupants of the home are constantly doing without the energy that they need to survive or to thrive. So that will need to be addressed. You'll need to create something that causes the energy to meander, and you can do that by good design, interior design. Set like a chair with a lamp next to it, or a bowl of fruit, or a bowl of flowers, or something that's going to attract attention. People like to look at human images first, other living creatures second, flashing, moving things third. Put curtains up. Yes, I know you paid jillions for the view. Do it anyway. Or call me and we'll talk about what else you can do. Secondly, if you're looking at the fireplace first, then your energy is going to go right up and you'll actually have said the words, all my money seems to be going up in smoke. It comes in and it goes right out. Or it goes right out the window. Or if you're looking at a bathroom, it goes right down the drain. Or if that's where your washing machine is, are we talking laundered money here? You need to consider what is the first thing you see when you come in the door, because where attention goes, energy flows. Make sure that whatever gets the first attention is something that you want to increase. If you have a painting in your front entry hall of a ship on stormy seas that's or crashing on the rocks or is sailing out the door, that your ship isn't ever gonna come. Your ship is never gonna come in. It's gonna crash or sink or always be on stormy seas or sail away. So you want, if you have a picture of, you do want water at this front middle career area. So a painting, a watercolor, an image that shows water is an excellent thing. But make sure the water runs into the house, not out of the house. The ship sails into the house, not out of the house. And if there are boats are little, ships are big. Ships are big enough to hold boats. I had a brother in the Navy taught me that. If you have little boats, like a rowboat, or even a sailboat, or a galleon, I don't care how big the boat is, ship is, whatever, there need to be people on it. You don't want nobody to be home. You don't want to be sailing through the river of life and all the oceans of society solo. Unless, of course, you do. So look at your art. It is an indication of what it is that you are setting the stage for in your life. So analyze it carefully. If you walk in and there is a wall within that forces you to change the direction that you're walking within 6 feet of the front door, then you need to put a painting on that wall, or a mural on that wall, something that makes the wall appear to disappear. So if you had a beautiful meadow with a pond in it, and little ducks or swans on the pond, and the sky and some hills in the background, then you could imagine coming in and going into that painting, rather than always coming home and running into a wall, especially a brick wall. Can be real frustrating. Sometimes you'll feel like coming home and trying to talk to your significant other is like walking into a brick wall. There's just no point in it, or not the energy that you want to set up. So if you have a mirror in the front entry. This is a good thing. You want a table where you can set things down when you're coming in, where you can set a briefcase or a purse or other things as you enter the house. Be sure that your hair looks good and your makeup is done and you don't have spinach in your teeth, and you know how you do. And your guests will appreciate that too. Put the mirror to the side of the door, not to confront the door, because the energy then comes in and goes straight back out. Not what you want. You want the energy to come in and stay a while. Finally, if you've got a staircase that is aligned with your front door, so that if you were Kevin in Home Alone and you were on that sled on the second floor and the front door was open and you could slide right down the stairs and right out the door into the front yard, then you need to hang a crystal, preferably like a crystal light fixture or a crystal chandelier between the foot of the stairs and the door itself. And you can put a plant next to the stairs. I have one client who put an awesome silk bamboo right in the curl of this. I guess it's like it didn't have a newel post. It came down and had a spiral finish to the banister, and she tucked the silk bamboo right in the middle of that, and then in the curve of her stairwell she put a round table with a monstrous, beautiful floral arrangement. Again, silk, which is fine. You can do real or you can do silk. Just keep the silk fresh and clean, and if it starts fading or getting grimy or dusty, freshen it up. Keep it fresh and keep it fun, and make sure that all of your sensory input is lovely. What do you smell? What do you see? If the first thing when you walk in the door is little Johnny on the toilet, close the door. Make sure if you have a bathroom, first thing that if you were to walk in the front door, you could actually see the toilet. That bathroom door needs to always be closed, and preferably the outside of the door needs to be mirrored. That toilet seat needs to always be kept down. You don't ever want to walk in and surprise anyone on the toilet. So teach little Johnny to close the door, number one, and be aware of sensory input for the olfactory sense here, where the smell needs to be nice when you come in. So give it a sniff. If you like the way it smells, good. If you don't notice the smell, add something so that it smells nice. You get to decide on the flavor, whether you want apple or orange or lemon. But I will tell you, if the first room that you see when you walk in the house is the kitchen or the dining room, especially the kitchen, then you don't want a food-based smell, because it'll put about 25 pounds a year on you to come home every single day, and the first thing you think about is eating. So use pine, or use I don't know. Depending on where you are, you may or may not know what Fabuloso is, or Mr. Clean. Use some sort of a cleaning liquid or product that does not smell like food. No lemon, no orange, no cherry, no apple, no cinnamon, because it'll put the weight right on you. So that's our first step into the career gua of your home. Make sure that there's no poison arrows aiming at you. If you've got walls with sharp edges, see if you can get those bullnose. It doesn't cost that much. You can maybe even do it yourself if you know how to tape and float. Not something I know how to do, but I have had it done, and it's something that you could actually pick up at Home Depot, your favorite, or Lowe's, or wherever you shop for your hardware stuff. No poison arrows at you when you come in the front door. No energy racing through the house and out the back. No ugly views. No stinky smells. No terrible harsh sounds on your ears. Nothing textually or temperature-wise that would shock your body. You want to step into a nice, smooth, welcoming space. Be happy to be home. celebrate, yay, I'm in my favorite space to be, my house. And the house will respond to you, and you will respond to the house. There'll be more tomorrow. I look forward to part 4 in the energy gua for the career. This is Trisha Keel, Tomorrow's Key. Thanks for coming.